VTUK.
Yes, well, there is on the there is on the our voice.
This is the bit where I have to unmute everything and go, yay! I did it, but I still screwed it up.
Yes, no, I can hear you.
Yeah? Can you hear me? No, hang on. You could what? You can hear me, yes?
Yes, as in on the stream.
On the stream. Can we hear you on the stream?
Yes.
Oh, all right. Well, it's working. We're doing all right. Look at that.
Sorted.
Job's a good one.
Right,
I just didn't mute us on the intro, but it's fine. It's all good. It's all good. Good evening and welcome to episode 317 of Vape Talk UK.
Yay!
I suddenly turn into a radio DJ because that is how I feel. I've got a microphone in front of me.
You've got your can headphones on.
I've got my can headphones on. I've got my can of Iron Brew, brewed in Scotland from Cutters. So it's all good. Look at that.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yes.
It's Tuesday night. We haven't been on for ages, and Mr. Mark Dolan has fell asleep on the sofa.
Yes. Yeah.
Basically.
Should we do the full story? So
should we
basically,
do the full story? Yeah, go on.
Well, basically, early on today, you did a message to say, "Should we do something this evening?"
Yeah.
Mark instantly replied, "Yeah, sounds good." And then about 8:05, got another message from someone. Won't say who it was. They said, "Can anybody else not be asked?"
And I made the mistake of replying, going, "Yeah, I know that feeling." And to be fair, I was comfy on the sofa.
And at that point, I responded with a picture of me sat in front of my computer with it all set up, ready to go live at 8:30. And
with a really sad face on.
Yeah, and that kind of guilted Ian into getting up off his sofa and setting up. And I think Mark instantly fell asleep.
Hang on, look, hang on. Nicely shared. I mean, on my phone, I should have uploaded this really, and
that's actually really good quality considering it's on a phone.
It's actually quite a good picture. I mean, look at that face. It wasn't just that guilted me into it. It was the fact that underneath you went WW.
LHD.
I'm like, oh, what's that stand for? And you went, what would Liz have done? Basically, Liz would have done it for Queen and Country, King and Queen and Country.
At that point, it would have been Queen and Country. Now it would be King and Country.
Yeah. I'm completely confused as to all of that malarkey.
So I unintentionally guilted you into doing it, even though I didn't actually mean to. Because
no, it was Liz that guilted me into it, not you.
I could have quite quickly disconnected everything and been back on my sofa in like a minute.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't have been a problem. But
yeah, well,
we're here because the people want it. Whatever reason, God knows. God knows what people want.
How many people have we got in chat? Let's have a look. Right,
we've got. Right. Well, I'll start with Twitch. So we've got Dale is in the Twitch. Phil is in there. Matt's in Twitch. I think he's dual using as usual. And who's in there? Gareth No Surname is in there. Mr. Payne is in there as well. And in YouTube we have got Josh is there. Mr. Intense is there. Ben Vapes is there. Um,
And Matt Waits.
and Matt
Dual
Waits.
fueling.
Yeah.
As usual.
Yeah. And Ben says, is this a mirage?
Is this a
I'm
Mirage?
like,
No, I noticed Mirage vape stores are closing on Monday, so just wanted to let you know for that.
is there a vape shop called Mirage then?
Yeah, there is in Sheffield.
Oh, oh,
This was the first vape shop that I went to. It was called Mirage E6. So yes, there is. Oh, excellent. Oh dear.
So yeah. We're for this week we'll dispense with the how's your week been, because it's a time of change.
It's been
in
shit.
the UK. So
someone died and everything.
I said I wasn't going to do the how's your week been, really, but we got there anyway,
okay.
so that's fine.
No,
but yeah, but yeah, so we'll go with the usual of what you're vaping on.
Yeah.
You've already done what you're drinking on, so
Iron Brew made in Scotland from Catas.
Golders. Yes, and and we may get into cartoon characters later.
For anybody who's not listened to the podcast that hasn't been released yet, that would have made sense.
It was the most at the moment the most private joke that's going to be a public joke very soon. It's I'm living in the future, man.
I love it. Referencing a podcast that I've not edited until tomorrow.
That's the guilt trip to get you to do that.
Oh God, now I'm guilty to edit the podcast as well.
People have been wondering, what's he talking about?
What cartoon characters? What?
Yeah, I made
Shaggy.
Yeah, but I made you stop the recording before I said the really juicy bits.
Yeah, you did. You literally wouldn't let me record it because I was going to try and sneakily add it in at the end. You weren't letting me have any of that.
What I said was bad enough. So.
Oh man, I mean, it was just wrong on so many levels. It's just unreal.
Yeah. We wait and see. But yes. Anyway, that's another thing. So what are you vaping on? Have you got anything new to show the people?
Oh,
hopefully you have. Hopefully you have. I don't know any. I wouldn't know.
It is. I have left it subtly.
But it's so small, it's easy to lose.
Yeah, I was going to say, I have left it subtly in the background where everyone can see it.
Oh, yes, I can see it.
And I completely forgot where it was. I'm like, where is it? I have got a new purple thing. I don't know what colour it's coming up on the camera. I've got a horrible feeling it's going to be blue.
It's bluish.
Yeah, it's not. It's a Cadbury's purple. And it is, ladies and gentlemen, camera focus. Go on, do your thing. Focus.
Autofocus. It's not going to happen.
Focus.
It's not going to play
I did
ball.
it nicely on the camera, but it's not doing it now, is it? That says Stubby in the corner. Stubby.
It's not going to do it. Don't any of it.
Okay, that says Stubby. It's a Stubby. It's a nice Stubby little borrow device from Suicide Vapes, Orca Vapes, and some vape reviewer. Not the one with a hat. Vaping Bogan. That's the fella. Yeah, this is your fault that I got this. I'm blaming you entirely.
Yeah.
Yeah, always. Did you message me while I was on holiday going... Now, I completely wasn't bothered by it whatsoever because I'm like, it takes an 18650. It's like, no, not interested, not interested. And then you showed a picture that went, look at the size of that borrow. And I'm like, oh shit. It's got a bonkers size borrow in it.
It's a daddy borrow.
It is a massive borrow, and it's quite airy. It's got 4 mil airflow. And Jimmy's not here to slate it.
No,
because it's sideways on. For some reason, Jimmy didn't like the fact that it was sideways on. Made it too chunky, apparently. But
yes.
For the size of the thing, it is dinky. I think it's Mr. Trick not having a 21700 in there because of especially with the size of the tank. But it's easy enough to change the change the battery rather.
Yes.
Clever.
Well, it's
clever because look, you've got this wheel at the top. It's not got any springs or anything. You undo this wheel, and then the battery just drops out, and the battery connections go straight to the board. There's too many of these panels to take off. That's the one off the battery. That's the one off the board.
Viewers, let's see how long it takes him to lose one of those panels.
Yeah, I'm going to lose one of those panels. So that's the one off the board. And then there's the one in front of the borrow. So that's 3. There you go. So I'll take them all off. There's no wires connecting the board to the battery.
Yeah.
It is literally a screw connection to the contacts at the top and the bottom. So it reads, compared to my billet box, it reads a good point. What was it? 0.3. Jimmy was winding me up because it was all of 0.03 of an ohm difference. But yeah, it was certainly slightly more accurate than the billet box.
Yeah.
But, yeah. There you go. I like it. It's okay.
Do you have any trouble the battery lock spinning thing? Does that go loose after a little while, or does it just always stay put? You don't have any trouble with it?
No. Have other people reported it?
No, it's just a question. It's just a question of thought I had. It's just a question I had.
Once you've locked it, that's
pretty good.
It stays where it is. My main niggle is you're probably not going to see this on the cameras. I've now got juice on the apart from getting juice all over it. I don't know if it shows. The panel over the switch is slightly
darker.
Yeah. So, and it's not quite as bad on the battery one.
No, but it is obviously you can see they've all been sprayed at different times, and they obviously had a slightly different setting when they were spraying the doors.
I think the one over the borrow, I think because it covers
that looks more or less the same.
Yeah, but I think because it covers the whole of the front, I can't really tell. But I think that's okay. But yeah, there's a definite colour difference on the two side panels, which slightly bugs me.
But, in a couple of weeks' time, all of the optional extras will be released by various companies, and you'll buy new doors for it anyway, so it won't matter then.
Carrot Labs have already... you can already buy the front panel. That's a clear coloured panel with extra air holes in it. And if you ask them nicely on the website, they've now got panels for the board. So there's a cutout to see because that would be really useful to be able to actually see the screen, because the screen's quite cool.
Yeah.
I bet that's not gonna
show. Oh yes, no, it has. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, when you do it, it scrolls in a really kind of cool way.
Oh, it's like a digital watch.
Yeah, but there you go. Look, see, the numbers actually scroll, which is rather cool. So yeah, let me turn it down again because I'm very good at changing the wattage on this and then vaping it without having set it back.
And because the door's covering it, you don't notice until you choke up.
And the door's covering it, so you can't tell. And when it turns off, it kind of folds away as well. Go on, do it. There you go. Cool. It's like an old 80s TV turning off.
It's a very 80s style. Matt in the chat says the grey also has a colour difference in the doors. Does it? Noticed? Yeah.
Yeah, slightly. That just slightly bugs me. But that's just me, and chances are if I can find a clear panel or something where I can see the door on it, I'm sure they will appear at some point and it will get changed.
Yeah. Well, did you? I saw a video by Mr. Bogan. He says obviously he's going to be at Expo this year, and he's hoping to bring some special custom ones with him.
Yes, I saw that.
If the if China can supply them in time. So I might be having a look then if he has got any, but we'll see on that
might be good. The vape on it, the build on the like I said, it's very airy-ish. It's not quite as airy as the. It's almost, but not quite as airy as the atemporal. Now I did try. I meant to bring the adapter in, but I've gone and left it in the other room, so I could show you. But there's an adapter that you put in, and it'll take a normal borrow. Because the inside of the door, full of condensation. There you go. The inside of the door gets covered in condensation, look. But it's got cutouts, so it doesn't matter where your airflow is, be it at the top for the atemporal or at the bottom of the borrow. It'll still, and it's cut out at the bottom.
It'll still let some air in.
So it's got the holes to let it in, and it'll come in at the bottom as well. So
chat. If you've got any questions about the Stubby, please put them in chat, because trust me when I say this is the high point of the show this evening. We've literally started with the showstopper. So.
Yeah, we have. We really have. I did actually get some content, but I haven't uploaded it or done any shit like that. So I have got the content, but I haven't downloaded it onto my computer. So I may end up just showing it on my phone.
Yeah. So with the Stubby, so what's your have you had any, apart from the colour of the doors, any niggles with it yet, or are you generally happy? Because this is the reason I didn't rush out and buy one is because of that tank. This is designed for the direct to lung people. They've finally got a good thing to have direct to lung that you don't have to fill with juice every 5 minutes like you do with normal borrow. And obviously, a lot of normal borrows, you get more and more condensation with it, and you still get condensation with it, but theoretically it'd be less. So that's why I haven't jumped on the wagon quite yet, because I've been leaving it, allowing the direct to lung people to have their opportunity.
allowing the direct lung people their moment of glory.
Yeah.
Well, look, it's going to take you. So I haven't tried it yet. I really should get the adapter, and I mean, bang the cubics in there with the adapter. Woof. Because the airflow's all controlled on the borrow with that, so you don't have to worry about the fact it's got quite open airflow.
Yeah.
Cubics on that is gonna run quite happily all day, every day.
And I saw as well that the 510 at the bottom is adjustable, which is a nice, unusual one. So if you're putting a sort of hybrid drip tip in or something like that, you can adjust the 510 at the bottom.
Kaz, did you just sniff your fingers?
That's Matt subscribing. Thank you very much, Matt.
Thank you, Matt.
The 510. Oh yes, there's a screw on the bottom of the 510. Yeah, there is. Not that I've had to adjust it. Until you said, I didn't really realise that was a thing. So
I've done my research, you know.
You have done your research, haven't you?
Well, I watched that video of Bogans before I sent you the screenshot. Yeah. Chandler, you might like this.
Yeah. Well, what got me was I was on holiday. I'd still got like probably about 3 or 4 days left on the holiday, and you sent me that, and I'm like, whoa. And it launched the day after. I wasn't getting back till a Sunday. Was it Thursday or Tuesday when it launched? I can't remember. Thursday.
Possibly a Thursday or Tuesday. I don't know. The days of the week haven't meant much to me since COVID.
I think it might have been Tuesday when he did the video. Wednesday was the launch day.
Yeah.
By the time I
came home Thursday.
By the time I got back, I lost internet for 2 days because I was in the middle of the ocean, in the middle of the Bay of Biscay or something. When I eventually got signal and thought, oh, let's have a look, everywhere was sold out. I'm like, whoa, that didn't take long. So it seriously didn't take long for it to sell out.
Yeah, well, I think it was like limited numbers this first run, and the next runs are going to have more numbers. I think that's what's going to happen.
I've got a feeling. I think they were kind of testing the waters with it, weren't they? They were going. this is either going to sell really well or not. So we'll do a limited run, see how it sells. Excuse me. That's
and
twice.
then go from there.
And then go from there. And yeah, from what I've seen, it seems to be quite the success.
Yep, I've seen everybody. Lots and lots of hand checks of it, and everyone seems to be enjoying the new tank as well. There's nothing but good things about that. But just Josh says Stubby works very well.
It works ridiculously well. I do think the airflow is slightly more loose without the door on at all. And I do actually prefer it slightly. So I'm gonna have to get the drill out and poke those stupid tiny little holes.
Are you gonna risk the drill again?
Not on this. No, I'm just gonna buy a door panel.
Think of the resale value.
Yeah, I'll just buy a panel. However, if you really want to, you can contact Suicide Mods, and they will send you the what's it files, the 3D files.
All right.
They'll send you the 3D files. So if you feel like it, you can take it, customize where you want the air holes in it, and tweak it, and then get it 3D printed. Job's a good one.
Yeah, do it yourself. That's very nice for them to do. Very good. Ben Vape says, I'll wait for the V2 with 21700. Got enough good 18650 borrow mods. Fair enough.
I've got. Yeah, but you haven't got any borrow mods that's going to take that big beauty in it, are you?
That's true. That's true.
Because that was. I know. I was quite torn because it hasn't got the 21700, and I'm thinking, I want a 21. I wanted a 21700 borrow, but the atemporal, you filling that up. I'm filling that up twice to every battery. Whereas that I'm changing the battery before the tank runs out.
Yeah, so it's
swings
like I said,
and roundabouts, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So it's like I say, it's all like, especially for you, you have to worry less about dry hits because you know your battery's going to die before you run out of juice.
Yeah, but you know what they're going to do? They are going to in like 2 or 3 months, they're going to go, oh, here's the Stubby V2 that takes a 21700, and I'm going to go, bastard, I can't afford it now.
Yeah, that will. Yeah,
it's going to come.
That's probably going to happen.
I've got a feeling that this size borrow tanks are probably going to become a thing, seeing as they've done it so well with the adapter as well. The adapter just snugly fits in. It's just got little rubber bungs on the side, so it just pressure squeezes in and it's in, fits.
It would be interesting to see if any modders that 3D print their mods create versions of their mods that take that tank. That would be interesting to see.
Honestly, can't see.
Naturally, they're going to be bigger, but they probably won't be any bigger than the Stubby is, I would imagine.
Yeah, I'm sure that it'll just be a Mech. Obviously, a Mech that takes a 21700. Yeah. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Watch this space.
Yeah, well, especially if the files are. If they send out the files for just the doors, that's enough to get the dimensions from it.
Yeah, and we have these things like rulers and things, so
can use those.
Yeah,
don't know whoever would, but you can use them.
Vernier calipers on a battery. Done it. I have done that.
You've used metal calipers on a battery. Sideways or top and bottom?
Might have top and bottomed it just enough to get a spark off it.
You got as far to put it together as you saw a spark, and your brain suddenly realised that's actually a bad idea.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, oh shit, yeah, duh, what the fuck am I doing? Duh. Oh man, it was. To be fair, it was actually because of the top. Yeah. Anyway, doesn't matter. Yeah, I am that idiot that tried it with vernier calipers to measure a 21-700 that we know is actually 700 mils tall. It says it on the fucking battery label.
Yes, yeah, that would be Matt says if it was 21-700, it would be too big.
Pulse is too.
Don't know.
Okay, pulse is too big. Okay. Well,
yeah, we'll see. Don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
Looking at it next to a billet, because it is noticeably different to a size-wise to a billet.
Yeah.
I've just realised I've changed my screen and I'm watching it with lag, so it doesn't.
You're watching it on.
Yeah, I'm watching it on the stream. So I've now figured out that it actually delays it before it sends it to YouTube, and then there's another delay on top of that, so it's double delayed. There you go.
Yeah.
So it's amazing how the unicorn poo shows as purple, but the purple Stubby is blue.
Yes.
That is random. But yeah, it's this fat bit that Jimmy didn't like.
Oh dear, there's colour difference on the unicorn poo as well.
No, that has got it right. I've got some dings on the corners.
Is that sellotape?
So that is vinyl, but the vinyl is purple. So the vinyl is that colour.
Oh, okay. So
not
so
blue, purple.
Yeah. But it showed up
blue. So it actually looks way worse on the on screen than it actually looks in person, because that is purple rather than the pinky purple. Anyway, there you go.
You've done a bit of a bit of modding of your own on their mod. So
I'm still not ultimately happy with the vape that I'm getting off it. I keep trying different coils. I'm on a third set of coils in it.
What size coils are you using in it?
At the minute, I have got Coilology do multi-strand fused Claptons. So that's 5 wraps of that wire, and it's coming out at, here I am trying to show you the screen. It's coming out about 0.41. It's showing on there.
But what is it? 3 mil ID, 2.5,
5 mil, 5 mil, 3 mil ID. 5 wraps.
5 wraps, 3 mil ID.
Yes.
Because I was watching Mr. Todd do his live on it, and he said he found the 2.5 mil coils were the best for him.
Then in that case, I might try redoing it at 2.5.
Yeah. He said he finds that gives him the best flavour. But yeah, just because I mean, if all the coils you've tried so far have been 3 mil, then maybe try that. See what
They're
happens.
okay. They're okay. The vape starts off great, but towards the end of your drag, it's suddenly very hot. You know, where you start burning the inside of the lining of your mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, I'm sure this is the same coil that I've got in the atemporal that doesn't do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I'm no coil expert. We have a coil expert in the chat, Mr. Proper Coils, so he might be able to explain. But I don't know if he's even seen a Stubby yet. Seen one of those new tanks yet. But yeah.
He's not listening. He's not listening.
I'm sure he'd be able to give you.
His coilology swear word. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah. What was the other ones I used were, it was just a 24 gauge single Clapton.
Right.
That I was using, that came in at about 0.5. That wasn't too bad actually. I might go back to that, but that was 3 mil as well.
Proper Coils says that the burning you're getting might be that Chinese wire taste. So.
Yeah, it could be.
We're not, we're not going into the coil snobbery here, but each to their own. Each to their own. But that man would know what he's talking about. So.
The coilology ones are the Chinese ones. The other coils that I put in were, where'd I get them from? Modmaker.
Right.
Well, he probably gets them from China as well. I have no idea. I don't know where he gets his coils from, but there you go.
We'll see. So what juice have you got in that?
I have got in. I've actually got the my Arctic roll in there. Trying to work out if it needs any extra jam in it.
We're now in joke about number 4.
Yeah, from the podcast that hasn't been released yet.
Apologies for that, everybody. Sorry.
Oh, dear.
We're just going to keep doing that till Mark wakes up in a sweat and then comes on to kick us both.
Panics and goes, hang on a minute, didn't we say we weren't doing this? Yeah, but we changed his mind. It's it's fine. Oh. So yeah, there you go. That's that. And for my mouth to lung when I've been driving and going to work, I've got my Vicious Ant Venom with the Nibiru on the top.
So you've been driving around with a Mech.
I have been driving. Yeah. But obviously go for the safer option while I'm driving, so I don't have to worry about it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, it's only 18,350. It's fine. It won't go bang. It'll be more like a pop. Maybe. That's Craig Nichols' fault because he posted a picture on, I can't remember whether it was the shed or where it was, but he likes his Venom, and I went, oh yeah, I've used that for ages. All I've used is the Bantam box and the Cubics mouth to lung. So.
It is good though, because with the 8350, it is very good because you can just do a dainty little fire with your little pinky.
Yeah, you rest it on your knuckle, on your ring finger, and just. There you go. And I've got
very civilized.
It's very civilized. I've got Shaky Apple in there from justadnick.org.co.uk.
Nice.
I can't keep up with his URLs.
Yeah.
Just because I've been mouth to lunging peach iced tea all the time since about April, so I thought I'd try something different. And it is getting to that autumny time, isn't it?
It's getting to the time of tobaccos again. And
it's actually going down very nicely.
Nice.
Quite enjoying that. It's incredibly civilized. Does it? It just because this little tube just feels like I'm having a cigar. just enjoying the civilized.
You just need to get the smoking jacket out and then you're sorted.
Oh yes. Jeeves. Can you just put the coffin over there, please?
Yes, and your missus kicks you in the head and goes, if you call me Jeeves again, I'm going to kill you.
Yeah, fine. So right, that's pretty much me. Other than the fact I've got the original Cloud Flask because it just happened to be sat on the desk because that's what I took on holiday with me. Which is good. And that's full of elderflower and apple.
Elderflower. Oh.
Because Jimmy gave me a bottle of elderflower and apple, and I thought, I'm not having that. So it's literally the last I've got. And I thought, I'm not using it. I'm saving that for a special occasion. And I thought, why not? Holiday is a special occasion. So yes. I basically saved it to use on stock coils. It's really good for flavour, though, that one. So I'm not too bothered.
Fair enough. Nothing wrong with a stock coil.
Yeah. So what you got there? Have you got anything new there, Mr. Childs?
What have I got? I may have something new. Yes. So a foreign company recently released a mouth to lung tank that's been all the rage, and I've seen pictures of it everywhere. And,
Thundercats.
Well, no, I was amazed to see Squape actually released a new tank.
Oh, okay.
That's brilliant. That looks amazing. And then I went online and looked at the price and went, fuck that. So I bought this. This is the Tauren V1.5. Basically, we spoke about doing new stuff on the podcast, and we saw it was coming up, and me and Jimmy liked the look of it. So when it came out, I thought I'll give that a punt, giving it a try. So it's primarily a mouth to lung tank.
I like the look of the drip tip because one of the drip tips is really tall.
Yes, there is a tall drip tip, which
we'll probably come to.
Oh no, I know that's in there. I'll get it out at some point when there's quiet moment and show it. So the Turin V 1.5. The main reason I got this is because it's got a disc system, so you just screw the disc in to control the airflow going underneath the coil. It has a little party piece where half a part of the deck just slides out. So at any point you can just slide the deck out, change your airflow, slide that bit of the deck back in, and not mess around with your cotton or your coil or anything. So I thought that was in it. It also has a weird airflow, which I don't know who's going to pick up on this or not. So basically, that's the air hole there. And as you slide it round, there's a little slot, and the slot gets smaller and smaller, and that actually restricts the airflow, and it actually works, which was one thing I want to see, and that's really good. So it's basically got 6 air holes at one end. Yeah. And then as you close it off, it doesn't close off the air holes. It closes off a channel that goes right the way around the tank and just restricts the airflow going through this channel. And that's what restricts the airflow.
Okay.
And surprisingly, that actually works.
Cool.
So from those 2 points, it works really well. Other than that, it's easy to coil. It's quite easy to wick. But the biggest bugbear I have with it, the version I got was the all black. If anyone's looking at buying one of these, do not buy the all black, because as you can probably see, it's impossible to see what your juice level is. It's also very difficult to see what the juice level is when you're filling it up. And that becomes quite important because on the top cap, so screw off the top cap. On the top cap, see there, it's divoted a little bit at the top. And that divot actually goes on inside to the kidney holes. So basically, when you're filling it up, if you fill it up above the kidney holes, taking full advantage of full capacity of the tank, what actually happens happened in my experience, was I was flooding the deck. So I was having to make sure I don't fill it above the level of the kidney holes, which is difficult to see in this tank, and then do that. It's not there. But I've kind of nailed that part of it now. It's not been too bad. As he says, I'm now going to take a drag on this and it's going to flood. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
No, it didn't. But yeah, so and I said the same thing in the podcast. My thoughts on this are, if you're interested in this sort of tank and you don't already own an Eco, buy an Aspire Eco. You already have an Eco and you're interested in this, it's your choice. You may get on with it. But I am going to send it to a few other people because it's not going to go into my daily rotation. I'm going to send it to a few other people to give it a try, to get their opinions on it. Because, I'm only one person and I'm also not the best person in the world at wicking atties. I find that stuff that other people have trouble with, I can wick no problem. And stuff that everybody else in the world can wick, I can't get it to work for no love, no money. Yeah. So other people may be more skilled than me and get a better song out of it than I can. But so that's my new thing, and that is on top of the Geek Vape Aegis, because I think
it's black. Oh yeah, it matches.
They go quite well together.
Yeah, they do.
And the size of the tank isn't too bad for that. So yeah, that's
cool.
I had it on top of the Phoenix at first, and it didn't look right, and then I put it on this. Now that fits perfectly.
I do think that because I know it's got those cartridge things that you can change the airflow with it. I do kind of think, is that really necessary? Because you kind of change the airflow and then go, yeah, there we go, and never touch it again.
Yeah, but it's the good thing with the cartridges is that, like I said, but that's just when you're trying to find it. So if I'm on the 1 mil air hole, if I found that wasn't quite tight enough, I could just pull out the deck and do it. It's a gimmicky thing. It's not It doesn't
handy.
change the vape. It's no one is really going to use that feature very often because, like you say, once you found your level, you set it and you leave it. So it's a gimmicky thing that
I must admit, the borrow in the Stubby has got screw-in airflow screws,
pins or whatever.
Yeah. And yeah, I did try taking it out to see if that made more airflow, but it doesn't. So there you go. Just thought if anyone's thinking of doing that, the standard 4mm pin that's in it, that's as good as it gets.
that's as much air
go
as
any
you're going to
further.
get. That's all you're getting.
Looking at it to see, is there any way I can just get a tiny little bit more? It just wants that tiny little bit more airflow. Anyway, sorry.
God. Right. So I also have the Free Maxus, all singing, all dancing, shiny. On top of that, I've got the K-Fun Light 2019, and inside that, I have got Cherry Coke flavored e-liquid.
Yay!
Because
how old school is that? Just Cherry Coke, not Cherry Coke Ice or
no, definitely not
Cherry
ice,
Coke and banana or
just your basic.
Wow,
It's a basic bitch. Basic bitch.
They still do that?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, basically, I bought concentrate from. Is he in? Is not? I'm safe saying the word. Pugs isn't in, so I'm safe saying it. I got it from Darkstar, and so yeah. So I just went on there, said Cherry Coke. Found that someone's doing it in a not a bottle shop, but in like concentrate 30ml bottle. Thank you very much. I'll make up 150ml of that, and that will keep me going for a while because my odyssey of messing around with Nick Salt flavors to try and find the perfect flavor. I'd had enough of trying to find one, and there was one that I liked, which was strapped, supposed to be a Dr. Pepper flavor, but to me it just tasted of cherry Coke.
Okay.
So for the price of one 10ml bottle of strapped Dr. Pepper, I basically bought 30ml of concentrate to make myself 150ml of juice that tastes the same.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I went with that option.
Fair enough.
But the one thing I'll say, and people in chat might do that, anytime you get a cherry Coke, like this cherry Coke, it's cherry Coke, but it's like the sweets. So it's like cherry Coke flavor bottles. Yeah. And I was finding out with Cokes, they're all basically like the cola bottle flavor. It never actually, it's not quite a cherry Coke, but it's never going to be because 90% of what the cherry Coke comes from is the fizz, and you're never going to get the fizz in an e-liquid. So that's by the by, but it's a little bit on the gummy side.
Because if you leave a tin of Coke to go flat, when you try it, when you drink it, it's like there, and it tastes like a sweet.
Yeah, exactly. So it's absolutely accurate, but it's still that not quite. But I'm quite happy with it. So I am on that. Or ever the adventurous person. Me. I also have the SVB Toddler Edition, or I think it's going to be not SVB. Sorry, Nigel. It's the box Toddler Edition.
It's an SVB. Oh, excellent.
Oh, that was a fuck up. Someone's going to give me a kick.
He's not in. You're okay.
Someone's going to tell him, and he can give me a kick in next time he sees me. It's fine. So it's the box Toddler Edition, but I think, as I said, I think it's going to be renamed to the Play School Edition because it looks like it was painted in a play school. And inside that, I have got MoMA, so I am still chugging on that.
Hey, MoMA.
And that is what I am vaping on. And just for full thing, I am drinking water because it is a school night. I picked up for the proper beer people. I picked up a local beer that is brewed Digbeth Co Brewery. Okay. And I went. They've got a little micro bar in the city, like a bottle shop. So I went in there and I was like, everybody on here knows I know nothing about beers. I get confused by beers because they never actually say what the flavor profile is on it, and everyone says, "Oh, you just need to learn which hops are which." And I'm like, that's never going to happen.
Oh
God. Life's too short for that. So I went in there.
I just find a beer that I go, I like that, and buy it again. Yeah, it tends to be what I tend to do, because I always try another one and goes, oh, that looks nice. It's about the same colour as the brand that I like. Try it and get it, and it's like, it's all right.
Yeah, so I went into this shop and there was I'm going to sound like an old man now. There was a person behind the counter who looked like he'd painted his moustache on. He literally looked like a 12-year-old that painted his moustache on. I was like, this is going to go well. But he was hipster, so I thought, oh, well, I know who it is. So I went in.
Hello, would you like some beer?
Yeah, so I nearly asked for ID before he sold me the beer, see if he was legally allowed to. And I was like, right, I don't really know much about the beer. This is the flavour profiles I like. I like fruity beers, berries, passion fruit, lychee, that sort of thing. And he sort of went, try this one. I said, I'd recommend this one. And he was like,
okay.
Gave me it, and I was like, and it was basically just their standard one that they've. And so I'm assuming that's just the one that he knows about. And I said, have you got a website? He went, yeah. So I said, okay, I'll take that one. So I bought that, paid £4 for a can.
£4?
Yeah.
For one can?
It's a big can. So
it's a 500, as long as it's a 500ml one. Yeah, I'll go with that.
It's a big one. It's a big one.
Okay.
And then I went, you got a website? He goes, yeah. So I went back and looked at the website, and there were 2 or 3 other beers that probably match my flavour profile better than this one, because this one doesn't say anything about passion fruit, lychee, or anything in it. So I will see what happens.
Full of citrus flavours.
Yeah, so I'll see what happens when I try it and see if it's any good. If it's any good, I'll buy some more from them. But yeah, so I hope there. So going back to it, Chandler was saying earlier, you also get this drip tip with the Tauren. Yeah. And the problem I have with it is this is fine if you get the stainless steel one, but they don't do a black version of the drip tip for the black one. And that's just
bad.
That just annoyed me. So that is never going to get used. I think I'll probably just send that to Chandler in a separate envelope. Because he likes that kind of thing, not to go into anybody's fetishes here, but yeah.
I broke my other drip tip. My missus knocked my bantam box when we were on the ship. She knocked the bantam box off. Basically, I'd put you have a little itinerary, little magazine that tells you what's happening, and that was on the side, and I put the vape on the top, and she thought that she could do the traditional tablecloth thing.
Yeah,
whip it out, and the mod would stay where it was. It didn't. And it was the drip tip that you get, the one with the fins that you get on top of the Brunhilde mouth to lung RTA. Broke the resin bit on the top.
Oh dear. So she was in the doghouse for a little while then.
Oh yeah, I nicked her drip tip. She had to cope without.
So you just had to stick the rod in her mouth.
Yeah, no, I'd actually got a spare. I brought a spare pod that had got a drip tip on it, so I had got a spare drip tip, fortunately. So there you go. I was lucky. So, but that does mean I've got a nice ickle, pointy thing.
Yes, that's one from one of the Cthulhu's, isn't it?
Yeah. So there you go. That's what I'm using on that in a minute. All pointy.
That's cool. Cool. Yes. So that is everything I am vaping on. That's it. And this is the point where we run out of content.
Yeah, we're done now. That's it. Pretty much.
Do you want to attempt the boner board or?
Well, yeah. What have you got on there? Because you put something on the boner board, didn't you?
Yeah,
this means I have to share it. Hang on.
Yeah,
Have I got?
We can have a discussion about it between ourselves, and chat can say what they want about it, and we'll see if we put it somewhere or not. But yeah, we'll give it a try anyway.
I've just realised that I've got to open it up, haven't I?
You do. To be able to show it on stream.
And did I favoritise the boner board? No. Because, oh, no, found it. Yes, I did. Ha! Oh, there you go. Right, so, is that showing on the stream?
I don't know.
Yeah, it is.
Everything.
It is. There you go.
Oh, good.
Look at that. And I need to go into here and go. No, I don't. I need to go into here and go.
Right.
Ha! Full screen. See,
Cool.
I'm good. That was seamless. And now I can't get back to the thing.
Don't worry, I won't worry about using the scoreboard thing because there's enough people. We will be able to manage the number of people who put a mark in chat, I think, and work it out where people are. So,
Oh no, I can do that. That's the easy bit.
well, you can do, but I don't think anybody's in Twitch chat. Everyone seems to be.
Oh, is everyone in the other chat?
Most people are in the other chat. So
Okay. All right.
we'll just put your numbers in.
Fine.
We'll just go in there.
Spoil
Or just
all my
say
fun.
what you think, and we work it out. So
I like that. Oh, hang on a minute. It's what? No,
the
that
picture.
one. Boner board. Yeah, okay. So if I go and try and do the thing, it's going to change it from the boner board to that, and this is just going to get so confusing.
Yeah, just leave on the boner board. We'll cope.
Right.
We can cope. So basically, is it up on stream?
Yeah, it's
right.
up.
So we'll start with the first one, and I was overly proud of this image I found for direct lung vapors. Obviously, we did MTL, so we need to keep it balanced. So I just thought this time,
you did that because it was the golf ball and the hose pipe.
Golf ball, yeah. So this time we have.
Which one is it?
So this time for direct lung vaping.
Yeah.
Can you tell what that is?
It's clouds.
It's more than just a cloud. What cloud is it? What type of cloud is it?
It's a poo cloud.
It's a bear cloud, bro.
Oh my god. Oh,
see,
my god! How do I? Right, hang on. I'm going to have to. Right, look. No, I'm going to have to zoom in onto this for.
I make no apologies for the bad pun.
Yeah,
I really liked it. So that is a bear cloud, bro.
There you go. Can you see the cloud is in the shape of Pooh Bear?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's mildly impressive. Yeah, I am suitably impressed with that. Sorry, carry on.
It's little things, please, little minds. I am a little mind, so I will stick with that. I'm not bothered to say it. So basically, it is. What do people think? Where do you want it to go? So basically, if you go, so it goes from 1 to 5. 1 is proper cunty. 2 is. See, I want to scroll along. Yeah, 2 is getting the bin. 3 is meh. 4 is that'll do. I'm trying to work from memory. I've got the fucking thing in front of me on the screen.
It's on the screen.
For God's sake,
what
man.
Are you doing?
So you go 1 for proper cunty, 2 for getting the bin, 3 for meh, 4 for that'll do, and 5 for oh my fucking god.
Yeah.
So basically, it's what I mean. Personally, I'm much more of a mouth lung vapor than a direct lung, but nothing beats every now and again just getting a mod, normally for me a squonker, and having a hoofing great wad of cloud come out of your mouth. There is no better feeling in the world than doing that. I couldn't do it all the time. Couldn't do it every day. But every now and again, just that feeling of just taking a large drag on a dual coil RDA, something like this, something like that. Dead Rabbit V3 with dual coils in it on a squonker, and some nice cloudage. So for that alone, I would put that in. For me, it's either going to be that'll do or oh my fucking god, because there is something special about doing a really nice big lung hit. It can't be. On occasion, it cannot be beaten. And obviously, you are you sit on both sides of the fence on a regular basis. So
I must admit, yes,
you go both ways all the time. So
I swing both ways always. Yeah, always been a problem. I mean, I go from the monster cloud chucky. I've got the temple, dual coil temple. I've got really bad belches today. I'm mostly direct lung. I'm not normally total clouds bro, but yeah. Yeah, I do stand out in the smoking shelter at work as being the most antisocial person there.
And we get into the time of the year when it's even more impressive, because go outside on a cold day and honk out a big old cloud.
When it's moist, when it's very humid in the air, you just hoik out a big cloud and it just hangs there.
Yeah, on like a crisp autumn or winter morning, you just and it's got, and it's just it's literally like you've created your own cloud, and that's just something that is just is something fantastic.
Hang on, I've gone into Twitch and I'm going with Matt. There you go. And back to the wall. Sorry,
I didn't have to do that. Oh, you did get the thing up. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, I did. Ha-ha.
Well done. Well, I'm
see, I'm good. I managed to work out how to get the thing up without it showing on here. I'm hoping nobody noticed when I sneakily pulled the tab out.
I'm sure they didn't. Yeah. So like I said, it is just something that it's some people, that's all they do, and fair play to them. For me, it's an occasional thing because I'm a tight ass and don't want to spend loads of money on liquid.
It is something that, because I mean, you don't tend to do huge honking clouds when you're out in public because whoever you're talking to tends to disappear.
Yeah, unless you've had enough of talking to them, it's always a good way to end a conversation.
Yeah,
someone comes out to the smoking area that you don't like dealing with.
Yeah,
and they're gone.
Yeah, can go with that. But and when I do bring out one of the cloudy boys, it's not long before it's a complete fog in here. And it's not a small room either.
No, it's not bad size. I actually have a. I mainly got it for the winter for stopping this place getting dooed up all the time. I've got one of those air purifier fan things, big fuck off things.
Okay.
And so that's quite good in the winter because then I can do the odd cloud and not worry about it. Or I'll just literally just go by the door, balcony door, open the balcony door.
And the fire brigade turns up because and then just clouds coming out of the window.
And my upstairs neighbour tries to work out what the fuck's going on. Like, that'll confuse them. That'll do it. So we have got. It's looking quite conclusive, really. We've got you and Matt Watts in Twitch saying going for OMFG, and then in the YouTube chat we have Matt Watts and Mr. Intense going for OMFG. So I think that is an OMFG.
Yes, we've got another one in OMFG. I suppose I ought to move it, hadn't I? Yeah.
That's right. I've done it.
Oh, you've done it. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Don't worry, I control it, and it'll just magically change on your screen.
Okay, sorry about that then. I think we.
That's all right. Don't apologise. It's not a power trip.
Oh, okay.
Right. I'm not bothered.
Who's in control?
Exactly. Yeah, I haven't been in control for a lot of years. Anybody, as you will all. Just as
before we move on to the next one, okay. I reckon I must have missed this because you must have done this while I was on holiday. Is this like, were you being a little bit prophetic in the fact that we've got the Queen on the boner board?
Yeah, that one hasn't aged well. We probably need to remove that now. That particular joke by somebody hasn't aged very well. No. I think you were here when we did it. It was when we did the Commonwealth Games.
Oh, okay. I just missed that. Okay.
And Mark put that actually it still works. It still works.
It does. All those countries I used to own. Yeah, it's actually probably even more appropriate now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're sorry.
That's fine.
Apologies to anybody who's very patriotic. Sorry.
It's all right. I love the Queen. I love the Queen, but bugger me, I'd like to see someone else on the telly at the minute.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. No, yeah.
I mean, I know, like, I would consider myself more royalist than not, and I'm like, oh, she's died. Oh, she was 99.9 or however
96,
old she was.
I think.
Yeah, I couldn't remember. Yeah, and she's been on the throne for 70 years, and yes, she's basically spent her life being the queen and doing queeny things. So yeah, hats off to her.
Yeah.
But yeah,
by day 2, I was cut.
Yeah.
I was like, Thursday it happened, Friday, day of respect, no problem at all. By the time it got to Saturday, I was like, I'm just turning the telly off now.
Yeah.
The thing that got me is, and I put this in the post, Radio 2 put on the depression playlist. Every song was a wrist slasher.
Really?
For the entirety of Friday. I only listened to it for 5 minutes, and then I was like, if I listen to this all day, I'm just going to get depressed. So I turned that off. It was like Adele was coming out, all of the real, oh God's sake, just yeah. I'll tell you what, yeah. For the older people that are really upset about the Queen, odds are they're probably single and their loved one has already passed. Put on all these songs about missing the one you love. That'll help pick them up.
Oh yeah.
Good God Almighty! But yes, but no, yes, it is a very sad thing, and anybody who is.
I mean, I took on Thursday. Thursday, I took my daughter to cadets. Always take her to cadets. I drop her off at 6:30, and at that point, I put on whatever comedy things on Radio 4. Yes, I do listen to Radio 4. I will admit to it, mainly for the comedy shite. But 6:30 on Thursday, I'm like, where the fuck's the comedy gone? Still the news. Okay. So it even took me a few minutes before it registered what the news was about. Because my first thought was, where's my comedy program gone? Yeah.
Not good. Well, like I said, he's just
devastated.
The funny thing from here was, obviously they announced that obviously like midday Friday they were going to be saying, oh, we're going to be all of the church is going to be ringing the bells, and it depends on the area. I go out, see what's happening in Birmingham. Fuck all happening in Birmingham. Birmingham is so fast moving. They didn't get the plot until Sunday, and then the fucking bells were ringing like nobody's business. But that's normal for Birmingham because they're normally a little bit behind the curb. So it probably took a little while for the carrier pigeon to make its way up to the Lord Mayor or wherever it was. Had to make the announcement. But yeah, see there. But yeah, that was all good. But yeah. So it's been a fun one. But yeah, so moving on from that, from one catastrophe, we'll go to the next thing on the boner wall.
Yeah, which is red.
Which is so Marvel movie and TV verse. Now, I'm a fan of the Marvel and all the X-Men stuff. I like watching the movies. I saw the new Thor one the other day and really enjoyed that. That was the perfect pick-me-up for this time. So if you haven't seen it yet and you've got Disney Plus, have a look at the new Thor movie. But does anybody think it's getting a little bit oversaturated with Marvel stuff? Now, fair enough. Obviously, you only really spot it if you've got the Disney Plus, but it's it can get a little bit much. And obviously, you've got the spin-offs now, which are the old TV series, and they did the usual thing about splitting one movie into 3. So, yeah, I don't know. What do you think? Do you think Marvel needs to sort of take a break, take a step back for a little while? Are you superheroed out yet?
It's a bit like Star Wars, isn't it? On Disney Plus, all of a sudden there's shitloads of different Star Wars. There's Mandalorian, second series of Mandalorian. There's Boba Fett. There's Obi-Wan Kenobi. There's the films that go in between the other films.
Yeah, and then you've got this new one, which some bloke they've made up that's going between the films as well.
I don't know. I'm sure they're coming up with something else.
There's another new series coming out.
I like Star Wars. I've kind of got lost with it. Paramount are doing it, which I like, but I haven't got Paramount Plus, which is really annoying. Because they've now got Discovery, so they're doing it with the Star Trek franchise. So you've got Star Trek. They've now brought out Journey. It's Captain Pike, basically.
Captain Pike.
So yeah, Captain Pike. He was the captain before Kirk.
Okay.
Which is like, well, hang on. They did Enterprise, which was Archer, who was the captain before Pike.
Right.
So yeah, you suddenly start getting too much.
Yeah, it is.
If that makes sense.
Well, it is overdose for what I would class normal people. Obviously, you've got the fanatical fans that will eat up anything, and that's what maybe this stuff is for. But
kind of,
So what does what does chat think of that one?
If we're sticking with Marvel, I am so feckin' confused with it. I haven't got a bloody clue. Honestly, you've got everything in there, and then all of a sudden they've launched this other one that's got like 3 Spider-Mans in it, and it's like, oh, hang on a minute, because you had Spider-Man, didn't you? A few years back, you had the Amazing Spider-Man came out, and then or Spider-Man came out. Then the Amazing Spider-Man that was I can't remember the name of the actors, but it was a different actor playing Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And then they changed it again, so it's a different. It's the new Spider-Man, and he was the one that ended up in the Marvel canon. So he was the one in the films. And then it's like, well, hang on. Now there's a film that's got 3 Spider-Mans in it, and it's the previous actors that were in the previous ones.
And it's the villains from the previous films as well.
Yeah, and then somebody I know who's well into his Marvel and he knows all his stuff. He just went, yeah. It's in Doctor Strange where he goes to the multiverse and there's different multiverses. These other Spider-Mans come from different multiverses, so they're actually in the canon. We were just looking at another. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Basically, they weren't. They just went, hang on a minute. Why don't we just tell the fans that it's a multiverse thing? They'll fall for it and think we were incredibly smart and planned it like that in the first place.
When all it was is that Sony rebooted Spider-Man so many times because in order to keep the license, they have to produce a film every certain amount of years. And the only way they could do it was by restarting Spider-Man every few years. So you've got like the Spider-Man story starts every few years, starts getting fresh, exactly the same way it always has.
I'm waiting for them to do it with the Hulk. Because do you remember that Hulk, the Hulk movie that came out with what's his name from Fight Club? I can't remember his name
yes,
either.
Yeah.
That one came out first. Then there was the Hulk. That's the actor who's the current Hulk. So I'm surprised we didn't get the other David Banner coming in there as well, because that would have tied them all in. Yeah,
they're jumping the shark even further because they've just released a new TV series called She-Hulk, in which Banner's female cousin becomes a She-Hulk.
Oh God, really?
So there was an accident and she became She-Hulk.
Just happens to be Banner's cousin that has exactly the same accident.
It's a different accident. It happens because of him. And I won't give the plot away in case people are going to watch it. But it's all CGI. It's really quite bad CGI, and they keep breaking the fourth wall, and they don't do it in a good way. So,
they keep looking at the camera and
no, but they literally stop and talk to the camera, and it's quite funny when Deadpool did it, but in this, it just seems really forced. Doesn't work.
Okay,
and, so I think I may be done after 2 episodes of that.
Deadpool, it worked. It really did work.
But yeah, it would be that. But yes, but it'd be interesting. But yeah, so let's see what's there. So Paul Hinchcliffe has turned up, Evening Paul, and he's now showing concern for a Stubby color panel difference.
Definite color difference. I mean,
yeah,
like, even with it reading blue instead of purple on the camera, you can see the panel on the Switch is different color. Yeah.
So you got that one coming. I think he said he was going for the black. So what we got on the thing there?
Black is kind of. You would think that black is black. Well, I want your report when you get it as to whether the door panels match.
Yeah, it should hopefully be less noticeable those.
Yeah.
So Josh Mandalorian and Boba Fett was fantastic. I agree, Mandalorian was good. Boba Fett was only good for the 2 episodes that Mandalorian was in it. Other than that, it was a bit boring for me, but that's just my opinion. Okay. I don't want to.
Haven't seen Boba Fett. I haven't even seen all of the second series. I can't remember why we stopped. Yeah, a Mandalorian. Yeah.
That last
I can't remember
episode,
why we stopped, but it wasn't a sort of series that made me go, I've got to watch it.
If you're a Star Wars fan, the last episode is like, that's a nerdgasm episode, yeah. So Mr. Intense is saying a 4 needs, Disney needs to take a step back. Or Matt Watts has gone for a 2, and just Josh, don't mind oversaturated as long as it's done well. That's true. I don't mind it, but it's starting to get a bit not quite as good now. Yeah, so see they're there, and Chandler has just gone for a 3, and I will probably say it's. I'll say it's between a 3 and a 4 for me, so I'll go with 4. But I think looking at the average, I think it probably deserves to be in the 3 bracket.
It's 50-50 in here.
It's 50-50 on there. So
50-50 on there. So you get the deciding vote, David.
Or in Twitch. If I do that in Twitch, then that fucks it all up because
that really does fuck it up.
Yeah.
I must admit that Marvel has done it well because
they have
the multiverse malarkey means they can do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah, they have done it.
All ties in, whereas when you're looking at stuff like Star Wars, as soon as you start doing something that's a little bit screwy, you suddenly get the really hardcore fans going, yeah, but that doesn't fit in. What about in episode 1 when Anakin farted and this Tribble died? And you suddenly get all these people going, yeah, but that doesn't fit with the story.
Yeah.
With Marvel, they've gotten round that and go, yeah, it's a different multiverse. Clever little shits.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say I personally would say put it in 4, but I think given that you've given it a 3 and Matt Watts gave it a 2 and 2 gave it a 4, I think it's a 3.
We're going to have to drop it in a mare.
I think it's a mare. We will
any way around it.
Sorry, that's just going even further there.
Meh.
They're on top of the Queen. That's not good. Fuck it, I've done it now. Come on, show some respect, David, if you can.
Don't kill the Queen. Did you not like my joke on the thingy?
Some respect. Show some respect. But yeah.
Did you not like my joke on the thing?
On the thing.
Yeah, the title.
On the title for the.
Yeah, for the I'm Thor Thopth Gwathil.
Ah, Jesus Christ Almighty!
Sorry, just got to draw attention to that because I'm that narcissistic.
Good God Almighty!
Sorry.
Mark's going to so regret having a nap this evening.
He's going to go, what the fuck? I go Chandler the passwords and look what he's fucking done.
Don't worry about the show next week, Mark. We killed the fucker.
Yeah, no one's coming back. Oh dear.
Yes. Oh. So that is the Boulder Wall, and we've done over an hour.
I was going to say, seeing as we started with feck all content, we're finishing pretty close to 10.
Yeah, I don't know how many viewers we've lost over the course of this, but well, if you add YouTube and Twitch together, we're in double digits. So
excellent! There you go.
Take that. It's about as many people as listen to the fucking podcast. So yeah.
Seriously, I'm telling you, we're gonna take over from that Scottish YouTube fella. Really are. He's terrified of us. Must be.
Todd quaking in his boots.
Yeah.
No.
Quaking in his boots. What?
On that bombshell.
Thank you very much for listening, and all right, okay, all right. I can't do a Scottish accent. I got the hat on holiday.
You almost got Billy Cunny. You bought that. That's fine, but that's a holiday hat. Yeah. That hat is only allowed to be worn on holiday.
Yeah, well, I've got back from holiday. You're allowed to. You've got this like honeymoon period afterwards.
How long have you been back from holiday
now? Week and 2 days.
Yeah, you're out of the honeymoon period now.
Oh shit! Is that why the missus looks at me funny when I put the hat on?
Yeah, that hat can go away until your next holiday now.
Oh, that's not fair. That.
All right, Billy. You're right.
I cannot do it, Captain. I haven't got the power.
Yes. So yeah. So
in that case.
Yeah, if you could, on our way out, if you want to stick the link in chat in case anybody wants to come and join us for a brief chat. I mean, we may well start a chat and then just leave you lot to it if you want to come in. Yeah, feel free.
We're old folk, and hang on, the things on the other screen. See, I love the professionalism.
But just hang around in chat until you see it come up, and it will come up at some point. But don't worry. But thank you all for joining us. It's a pleasure as always to assault your ears and faces. And hopefully Mark has recovered from his granddad nap by next week, and hopefully we'll have a grown up in overseeing us instead of just the two children talking about stuff that we really shouldn't be talking about anymore.
I know, it's all right. I am multitasking. Can't click buttons, talk, and do stuff like.
And I've just gone into verbal diarrhea mode now, so it's all good. Waning off as we do.
I know. I'm trying to see. Have I still got it in the clipboard? No, that's not in. That's not the link. That's not the link. Oh, for God's sake. And why can't I just copy the link from the... So forward. Select all. Select all. There you go. Done it. Look at that. See, I am such a techno awesome person.
And if any of the regulars do have trouble getting into with us via that link, just message Mark, myself, or Chandler, and we can send you the link.
Yeah, we'll let you in.
So, yes. Oh, fuck.
Don't forget, mate.
Yeah.
Don't just live life.
Mm-hmm.
Own it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Run VT.
VTUK.
Who the fuck gives a shit about what we think and wants to watch what we're doing on Tinterweb?
Right.
Hang on. Off button.
Stop.
Off button. Hang on.
Off
Whoa,
button.
whoa. Off button.
Button.
Off button.